Batlantic Studios, so I do a quick back to the drawing board, talk about comic book shorts on my drawing table. Cybrid. This is a Rob Liefeld Extreme Studios Maximum Press character. I love the look of this character, and so I tried to kind of do it my own way, kind of add some sort of organic-y metal sort of look to it. Fun character to draw, and I love Rob Liefeld's work, so I thought, hey, I'm going to draw some Rob Liefeld characters. So I got a few of them I'd like to do. Bloodstrike, Bloodwolf, Prophet, Airborne, Cabot, to name a few. So I just love drawing, I love making comics, I love drawing comic book characters, so that's what I do. Make comics, draw comics. Oh, and just to let you know, my creator-owned comic book, Lobstar and Kid Claw, on Kickstarter right now. So if you haven't yet, please go to DylanAndrewsArt.com and click on the link to go to the Lobstar and Kid Claw Kickstarter campaign. Running out of time, only a few days left. Thank you so much to everybody that's checked out the campaign and backed the campaign and supported my work. I love having people that appreciate and enjoy comic book art created by a human for humans. So please go check it out. Let me know what you think. Yeah, and I've been trying to draw it, traditionally on paper and digitally. I like to do both, but I think especially now with AI art being so prevalent everywhere, I think it's important for people to see someone drawing on paper, because then you can kind of know, like, oh, it's real, like it's really made by a human like this. So that's why I'm drawing on paper right now, and I'm gonna mix it up. Obviously, I'll do some paper and some digital and try to have a hybrid technique, best of both worlds. But just love drawing, love making art, love making comics, love telling stories, and I love Rob Liefeld's characters. I think he is one of the most influential and important comic book creators of the last 40 years. So I put him on my Rushmore. So people were like, what's your Mount Rushmore of comic book creators? And I was like, geez, it depends on what era. Like, what are you thinking? Like Joe Kubert, Jack Kirby, obviously hugely important and influential. Dave Gibbons, I think, really up there. Frank Miller. Those guys really set the tone. I think Klaus Janson is underappreciated for what he brought to the table at that time and still continues to produce. Like, you see Klaus Janson on Joan Romita and you're like, yeah, that's really cool. Of course, Klaus Janson on Frank Miller is beautiful magic. So, but then if you look at, like, oh, well, the Image 7, or at least 4 of them, Todd, Rob, Jim Lee, Eric Larson, Mark Silvestri, I mean, those guys changed the game. So hard to fight with putting them up there just because of their impact and what they did to creator-owned comics, what they did for creator-owned comics. So I'd say that those guys are incredibly influential and important to me. And but then you talk about current modern stuff or more modern stuff. I really love Bruce Timm. I love the stuff he did, Batman the Animated Series. I think that was really groundbreaking and hugely influential to a whole generation of creators. Seeing that Bruce Timm style, pulling from the Fleischer cartoons and the animation of who did Space Ghost? I can't even remember. Toth. So seeing that Toth influence and with Bruce Timm and animation, like, I love that stuff. That inspired an entire age range of people that grew up watching that. So I'd say he's definitely someone I'm a huge fan of. Current modern creators, I really like Declan Shalvey. I think he's great. Tyler Kirkham's great. Paul Pelletier's phenomenal, incredible penciler. I mean, there's so many incredibly talented people that are working right now, and some that aren't. Some people that should be on bigger books, and I don't see them on stuff that I'd love to see them on. So, like Howard Porter. Like, what's Howard Porter working on now? Like, I love his stuff. I haven't seen He recently did like some Night Terrors things, I think. But nothing, no long runs, because Howard Porter is like my JLA artist with Grant Morrison and doing all that stuff. Like, I love that stuff. And then we talk about people that are just creator-owned guys, like Mike Allred doing Madman, love that. Matt Wagner doing Grendel. He's doing a new Grendel series with his son Brennan. Looks incredible. With Grendel Prime. I love that stuff. So I'm super excited about that. That's going to be bonkers. There's a lot of people doing work, and there's so many Kickstarter campaigns right now. It's awesome to see all the crowdfunding campaigns that are going. Hopefully that everybody gets the funding they need to make awesome stuff, to make awesome comics. I want everybody that wants to make a comic to be able to make a comic. I think it's such an important part of our culture to have comic books and sequential art and storytelling. So I'm hopeful that if you're out there right now and you have a comic book you want to make, that you're able to find the funding, make that awesome comic book for everybody. That's my hope for you. And if you just want to sit back and relax and read comics and watch other people make comics, awesome too. I do that. And my comic book, Lobstar and Kid Claw, on Kickstarter right now. So go check it out if you haven't yet. Let me know what you think. Definitely a Batman the Animated Series, Superman Adventures inspired style, with my sort of 90s aesthetic layouts and panels and pages. There's kind of thinking behind it, so hopefully you dig that and you like it. And vintage comic book coloring techniques. So think about it this way. These are the things I pulled from. Superman Adventures for the color scheme of the heroes. Batman the Animated Series for the power set abilities. And Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld, Eric Larson for the layouts, the page designs, and then like vintage Dave Cockrum for like the colors, the color scheme, the look and feel of like the paper and the layout of the texture of the colors and that sort of old-timey coloring pattern technique stuff. So that's what I'm putting in the pot. So hopefully you dig it. Hopefully you like it. Think it looks cool. Definitely a lot of fun to work like that, and I'm hoping people like it and want me to do more of it, because it's really fun. And it's a silly, sort of goofy looking hodgepodge of techniques and styles, but I think it looks great. And it looks different too. It doesn't look like any of the stuff I've done previously. So hopefully people like it. Currently, we've hit goal, and I'm hoping to unlock more stretch goals. I'd love to unlock issue 2. So also I want to let people know I'm using Pacific Arc art supplies. So here we go. Pacific Arc, kind enough to hook me up with the RDP 505. Love this one. Love the kind of rubbery knurled grip. That's really fun. This is a 0.5. This one, Pacific Arc H1305, is 2mm. I have an F graphite in there, which is a little lighter. And then this one, I love this one. Pacific Arc H1305, green. I don't see a lot of these in green. And you can change what density the graphite is here on the barrel, which is really fun. I think I'm about 2B, maybe. I don't know. I put a little grip on it because I like having grips on them. Yeah, thanks so much to Pacific Arc for hooking me up with these. These ones are my favorites so far, my go-tos. I also have the PR105 in a 0.5, and I also have these two, the RDP 407. These ones are a little small for my hands, personally, but I like the size of the weight of these is substantial too. Like if you're like, wow, these feel really rugged and well made, which I like. Also, I have blue ones that I put blue line in, so I can do blue lines with the blue ones. I think this is good blue, isn't it? I don't know, I ran out of blue. So this one's got black, but usually I put blue in those. I'd love if they made a, and if you're listening, Pacific Arc. This is non-repro blue, right? Non-repro blue is like a really light blue that you can do underdrawings with, right? If you could do a non-repro blue, like a really light blue in a 2mm or even in a 0.5, that would be great, because I don't like using these pencils. I'd prefer a something that's, and it can't be this color. So this color is too dark. Has to be real light. So I'm hoping that Pacific Arc could come up with something like that, because that would be awesome. Because I'm not a big fan of just using colored pencils. I prefer to have it in something like this. So if you're listening, and if it could be erasable, that'd be awesome too. Because sometimes the non-repro blue isn't erasable. And really, it's one of those things. It's like, unless you know people use it or need it, you might not realize people need it. So I don't know if that's something they've ever considered, but I bet you it would be a hit. Because I know quite a few artists that still do the blue line underdrawing. I think Rob Liefeld's one of them. So this is, again, a Rob Liefeld character. Name, Cybrid. Love this character. I think it's so much fun to draw. And I'm going to try to draw some more Rob Liefeld Extreme characters, because I'm a fan of his work, and they're fun to draw, and why not? So yeah, I don't know how to check the chat. If anybody's watching this live, I don't know. So if you have a chat, try to put a chat in. Live chat. All messages are visible. Hey, what's up, Tim? It worked. I don't know how to chat back, so I'll just say, hey. I don't do a lot of YouTube lives. Can you tell? So that's cool. That's fun. I'm doing great. And hopefully if anybody's watching this live, they are all doing great. And hopefully you've all checked out the Kickstarter campaign, Lobstar and Kid Claw, on Kickstarter right now. And only a few days left, and we have stretch goals unlocked, so please go right now. Check out the Lobstar and Kid Claw Kickstarter campaign. I'd love to hit more stretch goals so that everybody gets more awesome stuff. I'd love to unlock Lobstar and Kid Claw issue 2. That would be great. And yeah, I can start trying to do more of these lives if people like them. I just did an Instagram live, and that went fine. Problem is, I just don't have a lot of time, you know, to just be sitting on talking to myself for hours. I can do it, but I got other stuff I should do. I'm usually watching Celtics games, so that's important too. See, one thing I don't love about Rob Liefeld. I love everything about Rob Liefeld. I think he's a genius. I think he's a phenomenal illustrator, artist, cartoonist, hype man. I think he's all those things. I think he's great. But he's a Lakers diehard. And I loved Kobe. I loved Shaq. But Kobe was almost on the Celtics, and Shaq was on the Celtics. People forget that. Shaquille O'Neal was on the Celtics, and I went and saw him. And unfortunately, I don't love the Lakers. I don't like the Lakers at all. Not much, because that Kevin Garnett, Rondo, Ray Allen, Kendrick Perkins era of the Celtics, that was my jam. I love the current Celtics too, but man, 2018, pardon me, 2008, such a fun year. for Celtics fans. And then, of course, they get beaten by Kobe and the Lakers 2009, and that was crushing. So, Rob Liefeld, I don't hold it against you that you're a Lakers fan. I understand. California guy, I get it. But Celtics are the dominant franchise. Celtics are better. Larry Bird, that's what I said. Larry Bird. Kevin Garnett. Paul Pierce. Come on. Paul Pierce. Better than Kobe. Maybe. I don't know. Kobe's great. Don't get me wrong. I love Kobe. But Paul Pierce excelled when he had nobody around him. Kobe always had good guys. The Lakers. Ugh. The Lakers. What's with purple and yellow? Who likes purple and yellow? I'm just talking trash now. I really don't want to. I love basketball. I love a good competition. But I'm sick of LeBron. Sick of LeBron. Enough LeBron. We get it. Alright, so that hand's kind of wonky looking, but whatever. He's a robot. Alright, I'm going to wrap up here. Thank you, everybody, for your time and attention. Thank you, anybody that's gone to the Lobstar and Kid Claw Kickstarter campaign. Right now, live on Kickstarter, Lobstar and Kid Claw. Go to DylanAndrewsArt.com. Link is right there. You can check out the Lobstar and Kid Claw Kickstarter campaign. Only a few days left. I'd love to unlock more stretch goals, so please tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your kids. Lobstar and Kid Claw on Kickstarter right now. Thrilled to have the book ready to go. Just need your help to get it printed and shipped. That's really why I do these campaigns, just to pay for the printing and the shipping. So definitely check that out. Enjoy. Let me know what you think. If you have seen it, thrilled to get people's feedback. So let me know what you think. I think it looks great. I'm biased because I made it. All right, Cybrid. Okay, thanks. Bye.